such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. So, such as, which is also repeated in the next explanation, such as hear the word and receive and go forth fruit, which is the good fruit. Or I could say from Luke, just which, when they had heard, go forth. Or from Matthew, is he that hears the word and the care of this world. So it just is from Matthew, which from Luke, or such as from Mark. You know, I think it would make more sense, instead of saying such as hear the word, if it just said such hear the word, because that's the relating word between the seed and people. Such hear the word. Is he, such is. I could say such is here. No, I can't say such is here. I could say such is the man, or such are. If that's what I could do, that would be best. Such are. When they have heard, go forth and are choked. Such when they have heard. Such as when they have heard. That would fit. These are they which are sown among thorns. Such as, and you can pretty much infer he's talking about people, such as when some people hear the word, they go out and are choked by the pleasures and the distractions of this world. Such as when. No, such as doesn't work that well. When combining it with the sentence earlier, and that seed sown among thorns are they such as doesn't work very well. But they which does work rather well. And that seed sown among thorns are they which when they have heard. So I'm just going to stick with Luke. When they have heard, instead of just going right to hear the word. When they have heard the word. Luke only. When they have heard. When they have heard, go forth. Hear the word. I need to put the word. Hears the word. Hears is in Matthew. Heard is in Luke. And Mark says hear. So hears, hear, and heard. If I wanted to be real loose with saying where I got the word from, I could say this is from Matthew and Mark and Luke. If I'm going to be specific, I can only say Luke. I could say it's the same as where here is, because this is just an extra word. I could say it's from Mark as well. Yeah, I could say the here part of heard is from both. Now, the word is Matthew. When they have heard, go forth and are choked. Mark, such as hear the word. Okay, so Matthew and Mark. The word. Matthew continues, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches. Why doesn't it say cares? The cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches chokes the word. So, and the care of this world, Matthew. Mark, and the cares, there, it makes sense, of this world and the deceitfulness of riches. Luke, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of life and bring forth no fruit. So, starts with go forth and are choked with these problems. Mark says, to summarize, these problems enter in and it's unfruitful. Instead of go forth and are choked by these problems, it's these problems choke, so there's no go forth. I think I'm going to have to start with go forth. Matthew, the cares of this world, problems, choke the word. Okay, so Matthew and Mark are the same. These problems choke the word, it's unfruitful. Luke, they go forth and are choked by these problems, and it's unfruitful. So I guess I'll just have it from the majority witness. I'll say they go forth and the problems choke them, instead of they go forth and are choked by the problems, like it has in Luke. Go forth. Luke only. Go forth. Mark. And the cares. Matthew. And the cares. Is that in Luke? And are choked. With cares are choked. And the is Matthew, Mark. Care is all three. The S is Mark, Luke. Cares and riches of this life. Of this life is in Luke. Cares of this world is in Mark. Matthew, of this world. So of this, well, this is in italics, so of is all three. Of this is Matthew, Mark. I could say life. I like that, the cares of this life. This life, this world. I can't choose both. I might just have to go with world because it's in Matthew and Mark. World. Yeah, let's go with world because it's from Matthew and Mark. World. And the deceitfulness of riches. That's Mark. Matthew says. And the deceitfulness of riches. Luke. And riches. So, and is all three. Matthew, Mark. The deceitfulness of riches is all three. And pleasures. I already used of. So, and pleasures. Matthew. Oh, it's not there. It just goes right to chokes the word. Mark. And the lusts of other things enters in. I could add and pleasures to this sentence from Mark. And the lusts and pleasures of other things. Or I could say, and the pleasures and lusts of other things entering in. Because some pleasures are not sinful. All lusts are sinful. So I'd say, and the lusts and pleasures of other things. Pleasures of things other than the seed sown to you, given to you by God. Because all good pleasures would be godly. So the pleasures of other things would be ungodly. So I would start with and lust. So, and the lusts. Mark only. And the lusts and pleasures of other things entering in. Choke the word. Matthew chokes the word. So since cares, lusts, and pleasures are all plural, I would go with choke the word, singular, not chokes. And bring no fruit to perfection. Mark, choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. Matthew chokes the word, and it becomes unfruitful. You know, I think it actually makes more sense the way Luke has it. They are choked by the pleasures of this world. It's not the word. It's not the message that gets choked. Well, the message is stolen out in a different one, so maybe it is the message that's choked out. I'll just go with the majority, Matthew, Mark. Choke. The word is Matthew, Mark. but Luke are choked with cares. The word is Matthew, Mark. Matthew then finishes with, and he becomes unfruitful. Mark, and it becomes unfruitful. Luke, and bring no fruit to perfection. They bring no fruit to perfection. It's they. And bring no fruit to perfection. It becomes unfruitful. He becomes unfruitful. It's already they. It becomes unfruitful. That's talking about the word. The word becomes unfruitful. But it's not the word that's unfruitful, it's the people. I really think that since we're talking about they, when they have heard the word go forth, the they is the point of this sentence, not the word. All those things choke the word in you, and you become unfruitful. And that's what Matthew says as well, and he becomes unfruitful. Mark says it becomes unfruitful. But we're talking about they. It's not singular, it's not the word, so it can't be he or it. So I want to say becomes unfruitful. Well, if I just cut out both, he and it, I might as well just say what Luke says, and bring no fruit to perfection. So I'm going to say that. We're talking about they. Bring no fruit to perfection. The next verse ends with, bring forth fruit with patience. So maybe I should stick with become unfruitful, just so that it's slightly different. Bring forth fruit, some 30-folds. Yeah, bring forth fruit. Become unfruitful, but if you're in good soil, it bears fruit. Bring forth. Alright, so if it's going to end with, you do bring forth much fruit, I think it'd be a better contrast to say unfruitfulness versus bearing fruit, some 30, some 60, some 100-fold. It might fit, but I think it's just a little bit more boring to say bring no fruit to perfection versus bring forth fruit, some 30, some 60. So bring none or bring forth. You're unfruitful or you are bringing forth fruit. Bring forth. But if I'm going to do that, that means I can't say becomes. They becomes. No. Mark. That becomes as well. It becomes unfruitful. I can't say that. They don't becomes unfruitful. They become unfruitful. So I have to stick with Luke and bring no fruit to perfection. Yeah, I have to stick with Luke. And is all three. Luke only. Bring no fruit to perfection.